It's very comfortable.
Are you guys on which side of?
South. No, we're on north of Woody Hayes, between Woody Hayes and Steve.
Sold lane tickets. That was a nice setup for next week.
I didn't even think about it.
All right, folks, we'll start in the front row with Bill Rabinowitz from the Columbus Dispatch.
This was probably as close to perfection as a team can play. How did you see it from your point of view? And it just looked like you could do whatever you wanted. Did it feel that way?
Yeah, I just want to thank God, for even having this opportunity to play at this great school. And I know it's our last game in the shoe, so I appreciate Buckeye Nation coming out and showing out. So, but yeah, we just we had a great week of practice, great week of preparation. They did some good things on defense, so we knew we had to be prepared for it. And really, everything that we thought we were going to get, we kind of got. So it was good just to come out there and execute at a high level.
All right, we'll go right over here to the right. Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
CJ, I know you'd say every week that you can still improve and get better. What do you improve coming out of that performance right there?
Everything. You can always make things more crisp. Make communication better. Not everything's perfect. We did a decent job today. So but definitely never satisfied until till after what the end of the end. You know what I mean?
Stephen Means, the Athletic, or the Cleveland.com.
CJ, when you're out the game and Kyle throws that interception, you kind of ran right up to him before Coach Day had a chance to go chew him out. What did you say before Coach Day said anything to him, and then what did you say after that?
Yeah, I just told him, man, just trust yourself. When you're out there, believe in your ability. He has a God-given ability, so I told him just let it go. At the end of the day, everybody makes mistakes, and it was a tough look that he got. He was going to get cover zero, which is an all-out blitz, and then they dropped out of it, which is very tough. So I seen what he saw. I told him that's a great learning aspect in the game. So he'll be a great player, but it's good for him to get something like that just under his belt, learn from it.
A front row, Jared Smalley, NBC.
You were going to get today.
A little bit of pressure, a little bit of the different coverages, like cover 6, some 3-5, some cover 1. And we really didn't get too much man, but we got a little bit more cover 2 than we thought we were going to get. So, but a lot of the things I could kind of see it before it happened, thanks to preparation and things of that sort. So,
back row, Doug Lamarice, Cleveland.com.
CJ, on the deep ball touchdown to Garrett, did you have a good idea right off the bat that you might have him on that play? Can you just sort of take us through what you saw before making that throw?
Yeah, pre-snap, they were in like a too high look. And as I was calling for the ball, they kind of rolled down to one high to the weak side, which is we call it either 3 buzz week or 3 sky week. And he was pressed man. So, we had the shot called. But if it wasn't there, I was going to go through my rest of my read. But, Garrett did a great job of beating his man. All I had to do was hold the safety. So, right when I seen him spin to one high, I had to hold the safety, keep him in the middle of the field, and just try to give him the best shot to go score.
You held the safety by looking a little bit the other way off.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
You have 3 excellent receivers, but they all have a little bit different skill set. Can you describe what each one of those guys brings to the team in terms of their talent?
Yeah, Chris, being a veteran, the older guy in the room, he kind of brings a sense of leadership. But also, he's a great player. He has tremendous speed. His routes are amazing. He always really beats his man. So he's great with yards after the catch. Garrett, he's just a freak athlete. He can do anything that he wants to. And then he really doesn't get credit for it. He's a great blocker as well when other guys get like little bubbles and things of that sort. And he's a great player to play with. And then Jackson, he's probably the best route runner I ever played with in my life. He's just really crisp, really clean. His body language and the things that he does with his body is crazy. Like he jukes people out of their socks on the regular, which is really cool to see.
Bill Landis, The Athletic.
CJ, you said you kind of helped the safety there on the one to Garrett. It looked like you did something similar in the deep one to Chris, where you kind of started with your eyes left and then came back to him kind of on that deep post there. Just how well do you think you're seeing things right now where you're able to, kind of trust your guy's going to win his matchup, but then also you do your part to hold those backside defenders? Yeah,
I always tell them before every game or every practice, anything, I just tell them, you beat your man, I'll beat your whole players, which are basically like safeties and things of that sort. So, my job is to hold them and move them whichever way because, they're kind of glued into my eyes and they'll kind of roll that way. And then actually on that play, they ran a certain pressure to where, like, they have monument players where they're really not looking at anything but me. They're not really looking at routes. They're just looking at where I'm looking. So I kind of knew that and tried to just mess with the safety just to scoot him over a little bit because he was kind of deep. But Chris did a great job, kept his post really high, and I just tried to give him a chance.
All right, we got Coach Day ready for you, so we'll do one more to Dennis Dodd, CBS.
Chris, what kind of combination is of you, the receivers, and the offensive line that you can not only complete 17 in a row,
those guys are almost so wide open.
Yeah, I mean, my O-line did a great job. The whole game really seeing their pass pro. They did some good things of like Moscow just twisting the two linebackers internal and trying to bring the ends off the rush. So I mean, they did a great job holding their pass rush all game. I was kind of back there chilling in a sense. So it was great just to have that feeling. The tight ends did a great job. I mean, I wish I could have got Ruck the ball a couple more times, but he did a great job. Our receivers, of course, did great. Our running backs did great. So I mean, it just feels kind of good. But we're on to the next week.
CJ, Michigan next week. Just quick.
God bless, man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
We'll go right to questions.
Okay, we're going to open it up straight to questions. Front row right, Tim May, Letterman row.
Brian, is this what you had in mind? Is this what you envisioned about this offense the last couple of weeks of hitting on almost every cylinder, at least in the first half? But I mean, just what is your thought coming out of this game about the way this offense is executing, CJ Stroud especially?
Well, you can see our capability, and when we're playing, really good football and clean football, that we certainly have a high ceiling, and we're still striving towards greatness, and it's bringing it every week and playing really well every week. Certainly have a tough opponent coming up this week, and certainly all of our focus is quickly going to that game. But I know we're fresh out of this game. Proud of the way our guys played. Thought we played strong up front. Protection was good. I thought receivers, were really crisp in their route running, made more plays. Travion ran well, and I thought CJ was strong.
Over here to the right, Jared Smalley, WCMH.
About Stroud, complete 17 in a row. I know you don't know a lick about the Heisman race in particular, but with him displaying that kind of talent on a national stage, you understood what the forum was like today. What do you think that does for him in that national regard and just his performance, his development to get to the level he got to today?
Yeah, I mean, I think his preparation has allowed him the opportunity to be in these situations. But I think when you're looking at the way he's playing, not that, this really matters to our team or not, but, when you only play really one half of football and you throw for 6 touchdowns, I just think that matters when you're looking at statistics, and the level of play that he's playing at right now is very high. I think that needs to be taken into consideration. But our focus is on the team up north right now and getting ready for those guys and figuring out a way to get this team ready to go play them next Saturday up there.
Right next door, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
You had a couple weeks there where the offense wasn't blowing up quite the way it is now. What ways do you see when this offense is clicking like this? Is it putting pressure on the other team's offense and I guess helping your defense by extension?
Well, I think when you stay on schedule like we've done, stayed away from penalties that have got us off schedule, and then finished off drives. I thought the throw that CJ had, early on the in the red zone was a really nice throw to Chris. That was a tight window that he made that throw in, but that's playing against good teams and making those throws down there in the red zone. And there was times where I just thought he moved his feet well. He saw it. And I thought the runs were efficient, for the most part when we were hitting our runs. I mean, they were good. There was one point we took a sack, and it was second and I think like 13 or 14. And then we ran for like a gain of 17, got a first down on those. I mean, those are the things, when you get back on schedule like that keeps us going, because I feel like when we get a new set of downs, we're dangerous. And certainly when you get the ball out in space to our guys, another set of downs means, you may hit a home run. And the more we can keep the chains moving, the better off our chances are.
Over to the left, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Brian, football is such a difficult game to play flawlessly. 22 players at a time. Were you able to take any time today and just go, wow, this is remarkable for a team to play as well as it is on both sides of the ball?
No, I hear what you're saying. I just feel like there's so much more here. We're right in the middle of it right now. And, to take a step back and start to do all that stuff, you're going to lose focus on what's going on right now. I memean, we've got a huge game. We got everything riding on this thing coming up right around the corner. And I got to tell you, it wasn't even, the game wasn't over yet, and I was already thinking about it. There's just so much going on here. We knew this run was going to be real. Very proud of the way our team played today, but all the focus goes to the Wolverines.
Behind him, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Ryan, I think sometimes people might watch your offense and just say, well, these guys are open all the time. CJ's just throwing the open receivers. But it does seem like oftentimes, and today, CJ does a really good job of holding defenders, looking guys off, holding safeties. Like, Can you speak to that a little bit? Just how good he is?
Yeah, I think his anticipation is off the charts. I think he sees things really, really well. I think his touch is excellent. When he needs to put a little extra on it, he does. He's accurate downfield. He doesn't make the guys work for the ball. He plays catch, and certainly our receivers are excellent, and they create a lot of separation and make a lot of plays. But CJ's special too.
Front row left, Dan Hope, 11 Warriors.
Ryan, I mean, with CJ, I mean, first few games he's battling a shoulder injury. There's fans questioning whether he should even be the starting quarterback. Now people are talking about him as a Heisman frontrunner. What do you think are the things that CJ's done to just grow so much in 1 year?
Well, I think first off, I've told them all along that, praise and criticism are all the same. You have to treat it the same way. So the same people that thought maybe he shouldn't have been playing are the same people that are telling him maybe he, should be the Heisman Trophy winner. Can't listen to either of those people. Has to stay focused on just having a great night tonight, getting home, getting rest, waking up in the morning, getting started on these guys. Learn from what happened in this game and stay focused. And I hope he can do that, because so far he's done that. He's been really steady, even though there's been a lot of ups and downs. And right now we're on an upswing. So being able to handle that is critically important, almost more important when things go bad. And so, but I think it's just putting 1 week in front of the other preparation-wise, learning from it, staying strong, and not riding that roller coaster has allowed him to be in the situation.
Third row left, Rob Aller, the Dispatch.
3 receivers, each with 100 yards. Can you describe the different skill set of these guys?
Yeah. I think Chris, as you can see, he's such a weapon downfield. He did a nice job on a couple other things today on bubble screens and things like that. His run after the catch has been really good. Just fast, 0-10, just off the charts. Garrett is just so strong and just so sudden. His catch radius is extraordinary. And he sees the field. And then Jackson is so quick inside. His spatial awareness, his ability to set guys up and change direction. He's kind of built low to the ground with really strong hips and a lower body. And he's got tremendous ball skills as well. Really knows how to run routes. I also was impressed with the way Julian Fleming today played. Stepped up in a big way. I thought that, he came down and blocked the guy, and then he came down and we ran the pop pass right behind him. That was great to see him start to be, a contributor here to this offense, because he's been in and out of injuries. And so, he's a guy that also is a strong guy, big strides, can go up and play the ball up high. So, like you said, different skill sets there.
Got time for just a few more so we can get some players up here. Far left, Doug Lamarice, Cleveland.com.
Ryan, you said you started thinking about the Michigan game even while this game was going on. To play a top team this week, and now you have your rivalry game coming up, a team you didn't get to play last year.
Yep. What's
that transition like? What's this 2-week period like for what you guys have to be focused on?
Well, we at the bye week, we talked about a 6-week season, and we knew that the week in and week out, this was going to be hard. And I got a lot of respect for the teams we played so far this year. When you look at the way Penn State played us and the way Nebraska played us and Purdue, Michigan State, these are all really good conference teams. And so we knew we had to bring it, every week. And when you look at college football this year, certainly we understood it even more. There was evidence. And now here's another one right here. Obviously everything gets ramped up this week because of what it is and what's on the line all the time, but even more this year. Certainly the opportunity to go to Indy and everything's on the line. So we knew it was going to be like this. You have to bring it every week. And it's the battle of the fittest. I mean, you got to be strong. You got to bring it every week, and you can't ride the roller coaster.
Third row left, Lori Schmidt, Columbus Dispatch.
Coach, you had said last week that the offense had to carry you in that win. Can you discuss today how the defense responded and just how you contained Kenneth Walker?
Yeah, I thought the D line. I thought the guys up front with the linebackers. You got to look at the film, but it looked like Tommy was really all over the place today. I think they took it as a challenge to stop the run. We're going to have another challenge coming up this week, but certainly had a lot of respect for Walker coming into the game and wanted to do a good job stopping the run and make them play, really one-dimensional. And I thought we did that.
Front row middle, Clay Hall, WSYX.
After a game like this, you'll hear fans say, I wish we could bottle this effort or save a touchdown. How similar do you think next week's challenge is to what you put on the field today?
We've watched them a little bit here and there, but you can't get too far ahead of yourself in season, because if you start doing that, you're going to lose the game at hand. So I've watched them a little bit. They're a very, very good team, and watch them just when you're getting ready to play your game at night. Maybe they have a noon game, and so I got to watch the film to get an idea. But I know that they're very strong. They have some really good players on defense, really good players on offense, and they're playing at a high level. So I don't know to answer that question what the comparison is, but certainly when you play in the rivalry game, all the records go out the window anyhow. So you got to play really well, and now we're on the road, so a lot going into this week.
And final question for Coach Day over here to the right, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
Ryan, it looked like Denzel Burke may have been able to come back in if you needed him. I don't know. That was just the sense. I'm sure you didn't expect you to have the opportunity to manage reps in that second half, but just the advantage of that, if anybody was even close going into what's next.
Yeah. Full disclosure, at one point, we wanted to get guys some rest in the second half. We just thought it was the right thing to do. We're up 7 touchdowns and felt like it was smart to do going into next week. We wanted to keep playing. The guys wanted to keep playing. I had to talk some guys, off the ledge a little bit because they were upset about not getting back in the game, but it was the right thing to do. And if it was even, a thought at all, then we took them out of the game.
Long-term absence?
It's not long-term, no.
Great. Thank you, Coach. All right, we're gonna bring in senior defensive lineman Tyreke Smith and Haskell Garrett. Then we have a couple receivers after that, and that'll probably be it. All right, folks, we have Tyreke Smith to your right and Haskell Garrett to your left. We're going to open up the floor with Brendan Gulick, Buckeyes Now at Sports Illustrated. Back row left or right.
Guys, obviously, you were going up against a Heisman candidate running back in Kenneth Walker today, but it was pretty obvious that he was the focal point of sort of your entire game plan. You totally bottled him up. Can you talk to us a little bit about what it was like this week, trying to get ready for a guy of his skill set and how your plan was executed today?
Well, first off, we just went into practice. We talked amongst the D-line, amongst the defense. We just decided to just have a different mindset about this week. We didn't want to be one of those teams that he, did what he wanted against. So, we just had that mindset that we was going to shut him down the whole week. We was playing the scout team like we was playing Kenneth. So, we just took that mindset and took it onto the game, took what we did in practice and put it into the game, and, it paid off for us.
Over here far left, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
When the offense gets up to a big lead, goes up, scores on their first drive, gets up 14-0, can you guys tell when another team's offense comes out? Do they feel pressure? They're pressing. What is that like for you as a defense when you're up 14-0 early in the game?
It comes down to really getting them the ball. That team that we're playing when we get 14 up, that we need to play better defense. We need to go out there and stop them because that's when teams are really highly motivated to come out and score and get in the red zone, eventually in the end zone. So when that happens, we just really need to be on our P's and Q's when it comes to us getting up that fast.
Go front row left, Steve Hellwagen, 24/7 Sports.
Yeah, for both you guys have played Michigan before, just to have this kind of stakes. It's winner take all. The winner's going to Indianapolis next week. Just if we figure Michigan beats Maryland today, just what's your thought, I guess, about what's at stake next week?
It's just we're really excited, and this is what this game is always about. There's always big stakes, the rivalry, and they're a good team every year, and they bring it, and we're excited to play them.
Yeah, I'm saying what Haskell said. Yeah, we just been preparing for that team, all winter, all summer. We just got that game always on our minds, in the back of our head. So, now it's here. We just gotta do what we've been doing, practice hard, go into that game with a good mindset. Play on strong.
We'll go deep left, Doug Maurice, Cleveland.com.
Haskell, can you tell us what you were feeling in the skull session when you were talking to the crowd and saying the stuff you said?
Yeah, practice, great preparation. A lot of guys sacrificed, certain things and made this a priority. We knew how big this running back was and how good this team was, and we just had a great practice. I meant what I said, and I said what I meant.
In that first series, you came out, you got penetration, I think, on his first carry. You sniffed out the screen. Were you feeling that when the game started, that same kind of emotion?
Yeah, I truly believe that once, anybody on the defense, sets the tone and it starts early in the game, it's just like a ball of snow. Once it gets rolling down the hill, everybody gravitates to it. And so I just feel that, by me coming out and setting the tone, it gravitated to everybody else on the team.
We're going to go over here, back row right, Justin Holbrook, WCMH.
Just talking about this senior day, what does that mean for you? And did you get a chance to kind of take this moment in of your last time here at the shoe and what this game is going to mean for you going forward?
It was very emotional during the week, but I knew the first objective was to beat this team and put my brothers first. And so, I soaked it all in, looked around, saw the fans while I had my pads on. And when I come back, I won't have my pads on. It was truly a special moment, and I saw the fans and all the love that they give us.
Front row right here, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Tyreke, sort of a similar question to, I guess, what Joey asked Haskell, but when the offense is out there just scoring every single time, do you guys feel that in the opposing offense, like the pressure that they're under out there on the field, and do you guys sort of feed off of that, try to take advantage of that?
Yeah, I think, both sides of the ball, they feed off each other. So, when we're doing good, we come out there, get a 3 and out, that helps the offense, it's a field position type. So, yeah, when they come out, scoring, getting points on the board early, we coming out with 3 and outs, that's just good chemistry coming together. And like he said, like a snowball effect, like we just keep bouncing off each other, bouncing our energy off each other. And the more, it happens, the more we get better. So we just getting comfortable as the season went on, you're starting to see that we're gelling together.
Time for a couple more for these gentlemen. Front row there, Tim May, Letterman row.
Yeah, Haskell, first 2 games of the year, obviously a couple of running backs went off on you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And what have you noticed? What's been the biggest change, move, whatever you want to call it, that's gotten this defense to this moment right now? Could have almost been a shutout today against the number 1 running back in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you feel has been the biggest change?
Experience. I said in the beginning of the season, I said experience. We have a lot of new faces. Well, we had a lot of new faces. Now that those guys have experience, and, they have experience with older guys, and the chemistry has been built on the field. We know how to communicate with each other, and each week we've gotten better. And so just experience. And these guys who are new faces are now not new faces anymore. They're known.
Where did the Lays come from, by the way?
My family in Hawaii sent them out for our senior day.
Final questions. That's wonderful. Final questions. Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Tyreke, really the only time they kind of moved the ball on you guys in the first half is that drive that ended when Denzel knocked that ball out, and I guess it was somehow an incompletion instead of a fumble. But him making that kind of singular play there to kind of thwart that drive, what did that do for y'all's confidence as you were trying to shut down that offense?
Yeah, put it through the roof. The more we get turnovers, stops, 3 and outs, like that I feel like that just like raises our attributes. Like, oh, my bad. Like it just raises our attributes. And I feel like when we doing that, like it just makes me want to go out there, play harder, get another one, like get another 3 and out, get another fumble. So like we thrive off that. So like when we get that, you see the sideline getting turned, you see the sideline getting jumped and getting hyped. So like when we see that, we just want that to keep happening. And when we're doing that, we're giving the offense the ball in a good situation. So we're just always trying to just do what we can for our teammates, just to make the other side thrive. And, it's just been working for us.
Great, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we have Chris Olave to your right and Jackson Smith in Jigba to your left. We'll open it up here with Rob Aller, Columbus Dispatch.
Guys, who's the best receiver on this team, first off? And then what makes you guys different in your skill set? Chris, if you had to describe like you versus him versus Garrett.
We don't discuss like the best player. We just try to get better every day. We got a lot of talented receivers, but we all got a different but similar skill set. We're all dangerous with the ball in our hands, but I feel like we are different in different ways.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, it's hard to say which one's the best for real, but I feel like the thing that we're good at, we're all around. Like we can do whatever the coaches ask for real. Chris, he's got the speed though for sure. Like he can burn out. Garrett's electric, athletic ability through the roof. So, I mean,
right in front, Patrick Murphy, 24/7 Sports.
For both of you, CJ completed 17 consecutive passes. No Ohio State quarterback's done that before. You guys are obviously a big part of that. Chris, I know you were part of when Justin, I think, completed 16. When a quarterback gets in a groove like that, does that make it so much easier on you guys? And how can you explain what CJ was like when he starts to heat up like that?
I feel like when we spread the ball around, that could happen at any time. We're all getting targets when the running back's clicking, the passing game's clicking. I feel like that can happen at any time, but that's huge for CJ. CJ is a one of a kind. His talent's off the charts, so I'm proud of him, and I can't wait to see him keep going.
Our left, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch.
The ball you got there, is that from catch?
Oh yeah. I had to get the ball. I broke the record. You didn't get a ball.
Going down the sideline. and
Oh
everything?
no. I forgot to keep it. Somebody had to go get it, and I just got it after the game.
Right next door, Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
Yeah, for both of you, just can you describe the feeling when things are clicking so well for you guys? 7 possessions, first half, 7 touchdowns, which is not the first time something like that's happened. Just, do you feel unstoppable? What's the feeling like when you're in that movement?
I mean, it's definitely a great feeling. It's just fun being out there, and you can see CJ, he's in his mode. Everyone's in their like mode. So, I mean, it's an honor to be out there with those guys. And what it feels like, we just feel, we just go think about the next play. That's it really.
Yeah, I ain't know we had 7 touchdowns on 7 possessions, but we're out there and we're clicking, we're getting first downs, moving the ball. I just feel like when we're all on the same page, we could do that at any time. So we just try to get better every day and just keep building that chemistry.
Staying over on the left wall, Bill Landis, The Athletic.
Chris, CJ was talking about how he tells you guys, if you win your one-on-one, he'll do his part to hold a safety or a back, whatever he has to do to make sure you stay open. Like, do you notice that when you guys are out there, or is that maybe that's something you don't notice more until you watch the film afterward? But can you feel that at all when you're on the field, CJ kind of holding those safeties on the back?
I definitely feel that. That's his job. When we get a one-on-one, we got to win our one-on-ones. That's how we work in the receiver room. So when we get a one-on-one, we feel like that's just a routes on air. So we gotta complete that. CJ is gonna put the ball where we need it to be, and we just gotta make a play.
Right behind him, Colin Gay, Rivals.
Chris, at what point did the switch flip for you, turning this it into Michigan week?
We're gonna celebrate it tonight, but we gotta get back to work when we wake up tomorrow. So Team Up North is a real good team this year. I think they're top 10, but that's the biggest rivalry in sports, so we gotta be ready for that.
Over here to the right, Nathan Baird, Cleveland.com.
Jackson, we've obviously got, records and numbers and things to kind of quantify career, but just for yourself and maybe the other people in the room, you can speak on behalf. What can you put into words, like what the legacy he's leaving behind here for yourself, everybody else?
Oh, it's an honor. I mean, I appreciate him. I tell him I appreciate him as much as I can because, he's just keeps setting the standard, and us young guys, we have a path, we can follow that, and that's all you can ask for. I mean, his legacy, I wouldn't be here in this position and knowing all the things that I know without Chris. So, I appreciate him.
What's the path after Paul?
You see it. I mean, he set the bar really high, but I appreciate him.
Restore Tim May, Letterman Row.
Yeah, Chris, I want both y'all to answer one question, but real quick, Chris, I asked you the other day, you've made your mark here and stuff, but now you've got the football to prove it and stuff. Is it remarkable to you that you're the career touchdown pass catcher in Ohio State history?
I mean, yeah, it's a huge blessing. I got to thank God for that. When I first came in as a 3-star, lowest recruit in my class, I think. I didn't know this would come to this day, but I just kept my head down and kept working and try to maximize my potential here. And I feel like I've done that, and I got a lot of blessings.
I'd like to get you to respond to this. Is this the offense y'all could be the last couple of weeks, et cetera? Is this what y'all envisioned in August or March or whenever that this offense could get to?
I mean, yeah, a little bit. We always got to go out there and prove it. But, during, the spring, when we're all out on the field, I'm like, oh, he's dangerous. Everyone's dangerous. So we knew what we had, but we just had to go out there and prove it.
You, Chris?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like you said, in the spring, we had so many guys, so many weapons, so many receiver ones that can make an impact. And we got Trey, that explosive running back, and CJ started clicking. The O-line, best O-line in the country. So when all that started clicking, I feel like we just kept getting better.
We've got time for just a couple more. Over here, far right, Austin Ward, Letterman Row.
When you talk about that blessing with the record and today being your last time in the horseshoe, can you just walk us through what the day was like, how emotional you were, if you thought it would be? How did you, everything that went into today for you?
I mean, I never thought this day would come. I feel like it went by so quick. But it started off real emotional. I woke up, my fam was here, so I got to see them last night, and I didn't know I was gonna break it today, but early in the first quarter, and I mean, running out for senior day, I never thought, but it's finally here, and I'm just glad my family's here, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, second row, right, Tom Van Aaron, ESPN.
Chris, with everything you guys have been through this season, ups and downs, losses, injuries, as tight as the playoff race is, and as much as this game meant to you guys, what message does it send about this team, the potential that in such a big game you guys can have this kind of performance?
It's a great team in Michigan State. They had that really good running back, top 10 team. And it was a real good team coming in. We knew it was a huge game for us, and our big time players got to show up in big time games. So I feel like we did that, and I just feel like we keep getting better and better each week, and we just got to keep getting better and try to win out, and we'll see what happens from there.
And final question, far right, Spencer Holbrook, Letterman Row.
Chris, Jackson and CJ and a bunch of these guys in the offense haven't been in the rivalry before because of what happened last year. Like, how do you kind of help walk them through what this week actually is? Now, they hear about it for the entire winter for years, but now they actually have to live it. Like, how do you kind of take them in and walk them through what's going to happen this week?
I feel like they know what it like. It's a 365 days that happens at the facility. I feel like our hatred for them, we do that in the off season. I know they feel that. So it's gonna be the first game they played in, but I know they know how big the moment is gonna be. So I'm not too worried about that.
Great, gentlemen. Thank you very much. All right, folks, that'll wrap it up upstairs here.